aux input model.
Both sides of a story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Oh, both sides of the story.
Both sides of a story.
Yes, both sides of the story. Oh, both sides of the story. Oh, both sides of the story.
Both sides of a story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of a story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of a story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
I saw my land in the morning, and oh, but she was fair. The hills flamed upwards, scorning death and failure here. I saw through the mist of the morning a wave like a sea set free, faith to the dawn returning, dark tide, bright unity. I saw my friends in the morning. They called from an equal gate, build now whilst time is burning, forward before it's late. The old gods awake, past and future break, on as the voices roll, move in a single whole. Forward, 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 O country, to your goal.
Jamaica, land of
Beauty, we promise faithfully to serve thee with our talents and bring our gifts to thee. Jamaica, we will always, in honor of thy name, work steadfastly and wisely, and never bring thee shame. From riverside to mountain, from cane fields to the sea, our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud and free. Together in our country, in love and brotherhood, we'll work and play in freedom as all God's children should, with hearts and hands united, in thanks for everything that God has given unto
riverside to mountain, from cane fields to the sea. Our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud and free.
I saw my land in the morning, that most famous poem that we recited a short while ago, accompanied by another of our patriotic songs, Jamaica, Land of Beauty, Jimmy Tucker's rendition of Jamaica, Land of Beauty. Most appropriate, it's still National Heritage Month. This week is Heritage Week. It's also Heroes Week. Well, some people say, well, maybe last week was Heritage Week and this week is Heroes Week because yesterday was Heroes Day. Well, it's Heritage Month, all a part of Heritage Month. 2021 to 2030 is the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's the 18th day of the 10th month of 2022, the International Year of Sustainable Mountain Development, the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Glass, and the International Year of Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture. Put another way, it's the 18th day of the 5th month of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. And according to the National Meteorological Service here in Jamaica, there's a trough across the island. The trough is expected to remain across the island for the next few days. The forecast for the rest of this afternoon, isolated showers and thunderstorms, mainly across central and western parishes. Tonight, mainly fair. Elsewhere in the region, there's a cold front across the Gulf of Mexico. October is still being observed as a Red Cross Month, Lupus Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, Oral Health Month, National Egg Month, National Manufacturers Month, National Heritage Month, Correctional Services Month, Cybersecurity Month, and Domestic Violence Awareness Month. October is also Black History Month in the United Kingdom, and according to the National Library of Jamaica, October is Legal Deposit Month. The National Library of Jamaica encourages every national publisher in Jamaica to, within 1 month of the publication of any document which he or she publishes in Jamaica, deposit in the legal depository of the National Library the number of copies specified. This week is being observed as Credit Union Week under the theme, Empower Your Financial Future with a Credit Union. It's Alaska Day in the USA, National Flag Day in Chile, National Independence Day in Azerbaijan, and Persons Day in Canada. Hoy es martes, el 18 de octubre 2022. Y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est mardi le 18 octobre 2022 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme elle de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue! All we're saying is it's Tuesday, the 18th of October, 2022, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices, and that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
Salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud and free.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15.
Importers, the Jamaica Customs Agency is reforming its clearance process, making it easier for you to clear your non-commercial and small value items using our simplified declarations. You will be able to clear your goods without physically visiting the port or a warehouse for customs inspection, making your clearance experience even better. The pilot begins October 2022 across all marine public bonded warehouses. For further details, email Jamaica Customs at contactlessclearance@jca.gov.jm or telephone 876-922-5140 We're here to serve you. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. Hello to those who are logged on to the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com. We welcome those of you watching on Facebook Live via the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube, although the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page is open to the public anyway. But there's always YouTube as well. If you don't have, if you're having difficulties with Facebook Live for whatever reason, there's always YouTube. All you need is a smartphone or a tablet, computer, laptop, desktop, any one of those. And then you will need internet connection. And then you will need to ensure that you not just have connection, but you have connectivity. And that's when you will select on your device Google Chrome, the browser Google Chrome, and you can then try to browse. And if you're able to browse successfully, it means you're good to go. If not, then it means perhaps you have connection, but no activity. We welcome those of you who have dialed a designated number from the United States and the United Kingdom to listen to Poro 106 FM. Those in the US who would like to dial listen to Poro 106 FM, your number is 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Poro 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953. 0330 606 0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page, as we've said. And if you are on Facebook right now, you should see this video trending. But other than that, you can always type in the search box DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Poro 106 FM. What's on your mind this afternoon? Anxious to hear from you. The lines are open. 876-922-4112, 876-922-4113, 876-922-4114, and 876-922-4115. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, but also your voice notes. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Ready when you are. Let's clear some messages that have come in already. Norman Hines in St. Thomas says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan Malcolm and listeners. Good afternoon, Norman Hines. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine, good to have you on board. Andrea Peart says, good afternoon, Dervan. Happy Tuesday. Good afternoon. And happy Tuesday to you too, Andrea Peart. Thank you very much for your message. Let's hop across to YouTube and see what's happening there. This one says, Anidi Hone Africa. Good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. Good afternoon, Anidi Hone Africa. Asha Ash says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Just tuning in from London, England. Hope all is well. Welcome from London, England. It's, I believe, 8:21 in the evening right now in the UK. Good to have you on board, Asha Ash. 2:21 p.m. here in St. Andrew, Jamaica. Devon White says, good afternoon, Brother Dervan. Good afternoon, Devon White. Jules Reed says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Blessings from J. Manny, PRO, Gillette Reed, and the team. J. Manny stands for Jose Marti Alumni Association, New York. Public Relations Officer Gillette Reed and the team. Good to hear from you. Thanks for checking in. Devon White asks, how are you doing? I'm giving thanks for life, Devon White. I'm fine, thanks. And you? Thank you very much for asking, and all the very best. Juliet Kosali Chang, hello to you too. Good afternoon. It's been a while. Good to have you on board. Nicola in Central Jamaica. Good afternoon to you. Juliet Kosali Chang says, happy Tuesday. I have not logged on for a while. That's a good thing, Juliet Kosali Chang. That's a good thing. We need to take a break from social media ever so often. Why not? Take a break. She says, you're looking great. You're very kind, Juliet Kosali Chang. Thank you very much. Faye Weller says, blessed afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Blessed afternoon to you too, Faye Weller. Sharon Richards says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm and all listeners. Good afternoon, Sharon Richards. How are things in Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland this afternoon? Good to have you on board. 876-922-4112-5. Sean is calling us on the text line, same as the WhatsApp number. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hello, good afternoon, Uncle Dervan, Malcolm. How are you this afternoon?
Good afternoon. I'm giving thanks for life. And you?
I am great so far now. Uncle Dervan, I have a very serious topic to talk about. It's a subject that all of us need to be discussed. Let's talk about human trafficking because it is a serious thing. I remember the other night I was watching a YouTube video. They were talking about over 20.9 million men and women and children are victims of human trafficking. It is very sad to see human beings are victims of human trafficking.
It is a serious matter, and there are different stakeholders at home and abroad who have been playing their part in minimizing the instances of human trafficking, but the struggle continues.
Yes, it is a thing that we really need to talk about, especially some parents sell out their children because of human trafficking. How could some mothers and fathers sell out their children because of human trafficking? Oh dear, this is so sad. I feel like I want to cry right now when I'm talking about this.
It is indeed a sad thing.
That's why parents must be careful who they send them children to live with, because the person they send them to live with, the person can kill them, harass them, molest them, the person can do them but anything. But we only have to pray for them. That's why children missing these days because of human trafficking. Nobody don't know where they really are.
In some instances, those disappearances are linked to human trafficking, yes.
Yes. It is a serious thing though. Especially people are forced to get married because of that. And people are forced to have sex because of that. One day when I was listening to the news, I hear they were talking about the Kelly situation. He was arrested and charged for sex trafficking. Boy, oh dear, man is the most destructive creature on the face of the earth.
Apparently he is.
Yes. So it is. Thank you for having me on the program this afternoon, Uncle Dervan.
Thanks for the call.
We will discuss another subject.
Sure. All the best. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Let's see if we can clear this extremely long backlog of messages, some of them dating back to Saturday morning. This one from Natalie Winter says, great Saturday morning, Dervan. What I love about Jamaica is the way we can come together and unite around a single issue and stick to it. What I dislike about Jamaica, we need to have financial independence, especially our females, as it relates to our monetary situation. Jamaica is a very beautiful country, but we must take care of it. From Natalie G. Winter in Washington Gardens, Kingston 20, Jamaica. In fact, on Saturday morning, we did ask the question, what do you love the most about Jamaica and what do you dislike about Jamaica? So this is one of the remnants of that discussion. And we also are grateful for the continued listenership and support of the likes of Sharon Smith, of J. Manny, the Jose Marti Alumni Association New York chapter. Franklin McDonald in Toronto, Canada, keeping in touch with us as well. sharing a couple of clips on Lady Agnes MacDonald, who was the second wife of the Prime Minister, the Canadian Prime Minister, and also information on Hewitt Bernard. And Mr. MacDonald says, trivia in case you wonder what happened to the Bernard of Bernard Lodge. So making a connection there between Hewitt Bernard and Bernard Lodge in St. Catherine. We will read in our own time, Mr. MacDonald. Thank you very much for the information, though. It's appreciated. Garfield Gary G. McCook, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for keeping in touch. Rico, good afternoon to you as well. And Jem Marjorie Kim, good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. Walter and Beverly Banks, good afternoon to you both. Thank you for your continued listenership and support. Richie Nibar has sent us a link of an 11-year-old Master Hilton Rawls III. When we are able to, we'll take a look at it. Richie Nibar. Joan Richardson, Joan in Bermuda. Good afternoon to you. How's your husband Willard? How's your daughter Roxy? And how is Amira? Hope all is well with you and yours. All the best. And some of the other, we're trying to clear some of the messages that are no longer relevant or not connected to what's happening. Asha Ash was trying to find us on Monday. She didn't realize that we were on a holiday on Heroes Day. That's what happened, Asha Ash. Let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30. The Caribbean Maritime University, an ISO certified institution, offers Bachelor of Science degrees in cruise shipping, Bachelor of Engineering degrees, logistics, marine tourism, port management, security administration and management, and more. For further information, call 876-924-8150, 876-924-8175, or email info@cmu.edu.jm. Supreme Real Estate, licensed real estate dealers, the experts in residential, commercial, industrial, hotels, and villa sales, rentals, and leases. Supreme Real Estate, Main Street, Salem, Runaway Bay, St. Anne. Call 876-973-5026 or 876-973-6142 and email supremerealestate@cwjamaica.com.
Good afternoon to Seymour Mattis in the UK, sharing with us a couple of important notices. One of them is a reminder that it's time to vote for a champion diaspora individual and organization. And there are a couple of ladies who are vying for a position as far as the diaspora movement is concerned. The Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, Jacqueline Lewis, who works in the field of education, and Evadne Bygrave, engaged in the field of community service. All right, we look forward to speaking with them. Seymour Mattis, thank you very much for the lead. All the best. And while we're on the subject of Seymour Mattis, of the JET UK, the Jamaica Education Task Force UK, Jamaica Education Task Force UK, they're having their fundraising ball and awards scheduled for Saturday, the 12th of November, from 6 in the evening until 11 in the night. They'll start serving dinner at 6:30. The venue is the Leighton Great Hall, 1A Adelaide Road, Leighton. And the code is E105NN. Near Leighton Tube Station, parking is free from 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Terence Channa, Senior Solicitor, will do duties as Master of Ceremonies. There'll be a cultural buffet and drinks featuring Seymour Mattis, Chairman of Jet UK, True Identity Trio, Stephen Wise out of Jamaica, Nicola, Senator out of Jamaica, Evadne Bygrave, Floyd Paris, Anna's Comedy Sketch, Doreen McKenzie and John Macy, DJ Cowboy Luther. For inquiries, you can email enquiries@jet-uk.org.uk. That's enquiries@jet-uk.org.uk. You can email Seymour Mattis as well at that seymour.mattis@jet-uk.org. The website is jet-uk.org.uk. jet-uk.org.uk, and they're on Facebook and Instagram as well. We wish you all well in the UK as you prepare for your fundraising ball and awards. All the best. Let's go to the phone lines, 876-922-4112 to 5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Dervan.
Good afternoon. Do you have a muff over the device that you're using, like a piece of cloth or sponge, or are you under a pillow? That's the sound we're getting.
Oh, no, man, I'm in the clear outside on a playing field.
All right. Well, the audio is a little better now. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I was going to comment sometime reminiscing to this National Heroes Week and Sport or to mention, you know, my favorite like Jamaica Shell Shield cricket captain Maurice Foster. And probably the winningest captain was who? Shaggy, right? Marlon Tucker.
I have no idea.
You don't know Marlon Tucker?
No, I don't know the how you are applying particular status to these individuals. I can't speak to that, but I know the names.
Marlon Tucker was captain of Jamaica.
I'm saying I know the names, but the designation, I'm just making it clear that the designation is yours.
Yeah, cricket like politics used to be a gentleman game. You know, just making it that we had good captains, you know. We were also exemplary Jamaicans, because Marlon Tucker, probably Jamaica within his captain. They were exemplary behaviors, you know, and so unlike our politicians. For example, Dervan, I've never heard of a person charged with a crime and the Supreme Court telling you stay in from the person from facing the court because it's a said person who they arrest people for SOE who had no crime committed, they're suspected, but they had a warrant and there was a lot of noise about coming into our neighborhood. That's how it's to arrest anybody. You see?
All right, so who's that whispering?
I have nobody near me. The wind.
Oh.
The wind just picked up a little. But I'm saying, Dervan, you know, we run the country just like in America. Reverse the city of New York, and I don't hear the black Democrats speaking up. There's no exception to the rule. You cannot disobey court order for anybody to make an experience in the other thing. I took them to court. They retaliated, all dismissed, they're supposed to pay me. And I don't hear one black Democrat. That's what I'm telling. They like to talk about people supporting Trump or Republican, and it was Republicans that freed black people in America and Democrats, the Confederate. And it's the same mindset, the O's N-word. They go with anything Democrats do, they'll link the next person as long as they get dinner. no principle, no gentlemanliness.
Well, you have the opportunity, election coming up again in America, so you'll have the opportunity to
Yes, a red wave coming, a red wave is coming. What I'm saying, even the blacks within Democrats, just like in Jamaica, political party, where people must reform to high standards, Dervan. It's like whether you're black or whether you're white, if we're going to live in freedom to make the high intellectual level thinking, whether you're black or white become kind of unimportant. Is how human or you apply the uniform principles repetitively, repeatedly. In circumstances, like I'm saying, a person charged with a crime of stealing, robbing, gun, and the one charge they usually have to face the court is after they've tried and they feel they were wrongly convicted. Then it go up the appeal court to Supreme Court. You know, your Supreme Court, me or you or Joe down the road, they arrest and charge with the same thing, then charge the former minister forward and have to face the court.
Spoken like a Jamaican, my late mother would say you're talking 10 things in one.
Yeah, that's how intellect go, you pick your sense out you think are nonsense.
Well,
very pointed being said.
We hear you. Thank you very much for the call.
All the best,
All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Neil Curtis of Farm Up Jamaica has shared his thoughts on recent actions of the Broadcasting Commission with respect to certain recordings. He says, my thought is that although people are backlashing about freedom of speech, poverty-stricken people are vulnerable to direction, whether good or bad, especially in the state where crime, especially in the state of where crime is in Jamaica. Psychologically, the lyrics they hear, coupled with the rhythm they move to, can become a subconscious operating system and spark decisions for a mind that may not have much to think about. The music needs to become secondary because it can't in most cases, because people don't have work or other important tasks to occupy their mind time. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts, Neil Curtis. And let's see who else is messaging us. Caribbean Connection Show. Ambassador Michael Paul Brown. Dwight Peters has shared a charming photo with Sherry Lee Ralph. And we get the usual information out of Guyana because we are on the communications list of the government of Guyana. So we see what's happening in Guyana as well in terms of those stories. And Guyana is in the news, one of the countries whose people, whose citizens no longer need a visa to travel to the UK. And, well, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Remember, governments and states all across the world are free to take decisions that they feel are in their country's best interest and in the best interest of their people. So that's what it will always boil down to. Some more messages coming through. Jules Reed. Oh, we read that one already. And Needy Hone Africa says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm, from Andrew McPherson. So Andrew, you're switching between your moniker, Monikeer, Anidi Hone Africa, and Andrew McPherson. Keats Sampson says, Mr. Malcolm, where do you stand on Jamaica becoming a republic? That's easy. If that is the decision of consensus in Jamaica, so be it. It's neither here nor there for me. In fact, it's not so much the system of government It's the quality. It should really be about the quality of the personnel, the quality of the leadership, the quality of the public servants. That's what it really should be about. If we have quality people, then we're likely to have a quality system of governance. If we have otherwise, then we're likely to have otherwise. In fact, it was Simon Bolivar, one of his famous quotes, where he says, "Do not adopt the best system of government, but the one most likely to succeed." Do not adopt the best system of government, but the one most likely to succeed. The words of Simon Bolivar, whose statue stands to the southern section of National Heroes Park, which was in lights over the last few days, part of the celebration of our heroes. Other messages rolling in as we speak, even as we keep an eye on the clock. Almost time for the break here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon to Diana Salmon. Good to have you on board. Elroy Joseph says a pleasant good afternoon, Teach, and all your listeners. Hope we all have a wonderful day. And so say all of us. Elroy Joseph, thank you very much for your message. There's more after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner with Bailey Walker Huntington during Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM. It's your source of information regarding U.S. immigration matters, combined with Power 106 FM's pioneer of diaspora broadcasting. Call in with your U.S. immigration queries and concerns on 876-922-41125 or send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598 and get the answers you need for your U.S. immigration questions. That's Your Legal Corner with Bailey Walker Huntington, Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. during Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm, only on Power 106 FM.
From riverside to mountain, from plain fields to the sea, our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud and free.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's go to the phone lines once again, 876-922-4112-5. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Dervan.
Good afternoon.
How was your weekend?
It was quite restful and hectic at the same time.
That mix.
Yes,
Well, I know you can juggle.
so it is.
Yeah, mine was good because my team won Liverpool.
Well, that's all I've been hearing over this long holiday weekend. Liverpool, 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 Liverpool. So
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not at that level, and perhaps I'll never get to that level where I am necessarily, I see myself as being connected to a particular team and take it as seriously as so many sports fans in Jamaica and the rest of the world do. I'm afraid I'm not there, but I watch the matches because I love to listen to the commentary more than anything else. I love the use of language by the English.
Well, I listen to the commentary, and one of the comments I like, when Salah got that ball from the goalkeeper,
yes,
and he turned on the console, the commentator said he turned and played him like a fiddle.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
And really, he made him look like a schoolboy.
Yeah, I can just imagine.
Yes. But that's what greatness does, that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But everything is in a moment sometime,
That's right.
Yes. Well, what I want to talk to you about.
What's that?
Is this thing in Haiti, the crisis.
Yes.
Because I've been listening to some journalists that's alternative to the mainstream,
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to a podcast done by a journalist called Dan Cohen.
Okay.
And he was on the ground and he was explaining the issues.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy who is in Omri, that's his name?
Henri. Yes.
Yes. The US doesn't really want to know. But the other side that the US wants is coming out to an agreement called the Montana Accord.
That sounds like, sorry, and I'm not trivializing it, but it sounds like Liz Truss. It's a similar situation. They really don't want her, but they have her. I mean, and well, I don't know. We'll see how things unfold.
But in the case of Haiti,
yes,
they don't really want the Americans on the ground, because there's a history of what the wrongs America has done in Haiti,
Oh yes, there's no doubt about that. I heard about that when I was in Haiti as well. Mm.
Because the Clinton administration in recent times started it by ousting Aristide.
Jean-Bertrand d'Aristide, yes.
Yes. And you got the support of the Pope, because the Pope even disrupt him, and all he did was still up for his people.
Yeah.
He was disrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, why is it when you really come out on the side of poor people, you're so rooted?
No, and I'm more for what is right, as necessarily sort of saying, okay, I am for the poor people, or I'm for people. I'm for people, and for people doing what is right. And
yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
In this case, it would be a synonym for the right and the poor.
Yeah.
Because the resources have never been shared with the
masses. Well, this is any society anywhere in the world is expected to speaking specifically of the state has a duty to see to the welfare and well-being of every single individual in the country, but especially those who are considered to be vulnerable for one reason or another.
I was watching a documentary in Colombia, and there's a town in Colombia where the black slave of African descent called Palenque. And it was established by a free slave in 1792, And they were talking to some Asians, and they were telling them that they preceded them in terms of winning their freedom. But it's a story that's not told, Because in Colombia is the third country away from Africa with the most black people. It's Brazil, the US, then Colombia.
Yes.
In the diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
And you see only now that Colombia has had a vice president that's black.
Yes.
Yes. Because the president of Colombia is an ex-Marxist.
Oh.
Yes, he was a gorilla back in the days of the Peronists and not the Peronists. when the military was ruling in Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the transformation where people can go through that situation?
Oh, yes.
Because they're talking about the gang in Haiti. It's not really a gang, you know. It's like a revolutionary movement, you know.
Well, perhaps it needs to represent itself as such. In other words, I mean, when pictures are shown of the members of the gang or gangs, what you're seeing are gangsters, as
Yes,
opposed to sort of rebranding themselves or positioning themselves as potential leaders of the country.
but we should also remember and bear in mind who controls the media and the narrative they want to sell, you know.
Say that again. Who control the
media?
Oh, well, that goes without saying. For those of us who are discerning, for those of us who are mindful of these things, then we know what to look out for and listen out for.
Because it's quietly kept in terms of iridium. It's a mineral that and rare earth is very abundant in Haiti, you know. It is used in the computer industry, in the battery industry. And a lot of people don't know how US is exploiting that mineral from Haiti. It's not, you have to be really investigative or go, like the guy says, and capture news to find out that.
Yeah.
But like I told you, the alternative that US wants to plant is a guy from a movement called Montana. It's named after the hotel where the agreement was held.
Right.
He was associated with the coup against Aristide.
Mm-hmm.
So between him and the new leader, the lesser of evil is the one, because they say US want to reduce his footprint, but still be in control.
Yeah, but I don't know, just as I've always said about Jamaica, that only Jamaicans can fix Jamaica, the same thing actually applies to Haiti. And yes, you could argue that Haiti is fundamentally at a disadvantage based on its history and the experiences of the collective experience of its people. But it seems to me there comes a time when a people must get up, stand up, and I'm not necessarily paraphrasing Bob Marley, but just saying this is it. Yeah.
Yes. But you see, sometimes the resources that abound that country mean so much to the powers that be that they won't allow that.
Yeah, well.
And the way we live in, people don't just say, I'm tired, I've had enough of you, go do your thing. Although they say they believe in self-determination, but that's a lie. If that's the case, the great powers wouldn't have so much tentacles all over the world.
Yeah, it's going to take some work. It's going to take some work, and it's going to need all hands on deck. And it's whatever we think of external forces, it might very well not succeed without external forces the
external forces is going to have to address the issue, the disparity.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, for example, of the UN, for what it's worth. Whatever we think of their stewardship, I'm thinking of the UN. I'm thinking of other. I'm thinking of the Red Cross. But almost every one of those institutions you call, there is the names you call. Yeah.
Because the US is not the US in 80.
Yeah.
But like your first caller alluded to that cholera.
Cholera.
Yeah, cholera. It was established that it was the truth from Nepal that brought it there.
Okay, I don't remember it being said that it was Nepal. Like, I think they just said the peacekeeping force or something like that. I think initially that's what they said.
It was actually pinned down as to who contributed to it, Nepalese.
Oh, okay.
But the damage was such enormous, the reparation would have been a lot.
Oh, really? So what? It wasn't pursued then?
It was pursued in the court. The court decided that, but the union, using the power, dismissed it.
So again, that's a political influence on the UN.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. What a dilemma. It's a dilemma. Catch 22.
So you see, that's why the people have no trust in the UN.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they did not repair the damage they caused.
Yeah.
And CARICOM didn't even raise their voice about it because they wasn't like that.
Yeah, poor CARICOM. CARICOM is a little tame, to say the least.
Yeah, because, but look now, like we always talk about the wills. The leaders got no wills.
Fully functional without the kind of leadership that is.
From outside, but sometimes it's not contributing people down. How much that contribution matters? It's really not that valuable.
Yeah, and the world is seemingly lacking statesmen and women.
There's an article I read the other day online, and it's telling you now the banks are running the world, not government. The banks, financial sector.
Yeah,
they could put it in and they could take you out.
Well, I guess they're confirming what we have always been told: money makes the world go round.
Yes, but it's only going in the direction at the minority.
We know that, yes.
So how you going to stop the violence in the long run when that brings a level of frustration?
Well, this is it now. My late mother used to say, you spread your bed, you lie down in it. And so we have to be careful. We have to be careful of the bed that we're spreading.
Remember the boys say, sometimes crime is another word for need,
Say that again, sometime.
The famous sociologist,
W.E.B. Du Bois, I know the name, yes.
He said sometimes crime is another word for need.
Sometimes crime?
Yes.
Is another, I want to hear it, sorry, I'm not hearing you so clearly. Sometimes.
He said crime.
Sometimes
is another word for need.
Oh yes, that goes without saying. That is a fact, yes.
But the fact that the narrative is scripted, when we see it.
Hold a moment. Let's see if we can wrap after the break. One moment, please.
Coast to Coast Concrete, the high-quality concrete for fencing, roofing, foundation, and road surfacing. Call 876-754-7472. The time by Coast to Coast Concrete is
3:00.
With over 40 years of record service, Lock Safe and Vault Limited is your trusted security provider. Get affordable prices on a wide variety of seals, garage doors, access control supplies, magnetic lock, fingerprint, weatherproof keypads, card access system, time attendance, power supplies, and exit buttons. Professional services provided. Visit 40 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8. Problem solved with Lock Safe and Vault.
Tune in to Farm Talk every second and third Tuesday of each month at 6:18 a.m. for the feature High-Pro Food Independence. High-Pro Food Independence will focus on solutions for farmers, such as land, animal husbandry, agronomy, and more. That's High-Pro Food Independence.
You had it?
Every second and third Tuesday from 6:18 to 6:30 a.m. during Farm Talk, only on Power 106 FM. High-Pro Food Independence is sponsored by High-Pro.
Thanks for holding.
Yes, Dervan. I was saying in closing, it's funny.
Yes.
So people that rule the world and gained it by force, they're telling you about diplomacy now and negotiation when that was the road.
Yeah, well, which is why I can understand Simon Bolivar's reasoning when he says, do not adopt the best system of government, but the one that is most likely to succeed.
Well, I was saying the government, especially I'm not talking at Jamaica, in my neck of the woods. The fact that when the slaves were freed, right? Remember the other 5-year apprenticeship where the ruler said it was called apprenticeship.
Yes.
But how could you be apprentice when it's like you have been all your life working for free?
Yeah, they.
I think they should free up the land. I think they should free up and leave. Do their part of the reparation before they ask the big part. And leave the people and some land.
Well, they would perhaps argue that they did. The Stony Lands.
There was no slave that was freed of that land. The land was bought by the churches, just like the government telling you. And then the government made it so hard to pay the taxes, and the people lost the land in any case.
Yes.
So we need some reparation at core level, at the local level, some conscience.
And that requires a level of leadership again, in terms of those who feel strongly about that and are prepared to take steps to seek that kind of reparation. If you don't have that movement, it then becomes, what is it, a fleeting illusion, as they say.
That's why I was hoping for the opposition. The opposition now would more or less tell the people, so well, if I become government within 6 months, I will work on this issue, and land title will be issued within a span of time that it's feasible. It can't be.
Yes.
It can't be to the extent that we don't have an idea when.
Yeah, well, it's an opportunity for both sides.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If people know why they wait patiently.
Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, we've been heeing and hawing on this matter of land in Jamaica for a very long time.
Yes.
There is no obvious, evident, compelling policy position or other forms of just a sense of direction where that is concerned, to the point that we don't keep doing the same things over and over, because the knocking down of houses, for example, is not new. We've been doing that for years.
And what have we achieved?
Exactly.
Have a good evening.
You too. All right, take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346. Hello to Velta Wilson in St. Thomas. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. Hope all is well with everyone. And so say all of us, Velta Wilson. Herman Bowie Bailey says, hello, Mr. Malcolm. Blessings always. Enjoying a piece of Jamaica from you always enjoying from cold New York. Ouch. Stay warm. Herman Bowie Bailey in cold New York. Bishop David Clary, thank you so much. Bless you too. Thank you very much for tuning in. Good to have you on board Both Sides of the Story here on Paro 106 FM. Let's hop across to YouTube and see what's happening there. Let's see. Keith Sampson says, so you have no problem having a system of government where a native-born Jamaican can never be the head of state. By definition, if the monarch is head of state, a native Jamaican can never be. Well, only this between the state and the people, they will have to decide whether that is what they want to maintain or that is what they want to change. That's really what it boils down to. There's no magic to it, Keith Sampson. There's no mystery to it. But the point needs to be made that, yes, it's all well and good to change from monarchy to Republican. But it's another thing that if we don't have quality people if we don't have men and women of integrity occupying those positions, then we will be having our lives are going to be miserable, like a nightmare, an unending nightmare. So the quality people is more important than a system. Quality people. Who are the people? That is what is going to make the difference. We want to ensure that it's men and women of integrity, quality men and women of integrity, who are in place at the state level, whatever the system of government. You're really supposed to have your best, your very best in leadership positions, your very best. That's really what is supposed to happen. Because if you want to become better, then you need the best. If you want to become better, you need the best. So the best of the best should be leading at all our institutions, organizations, etc. That others will be learning from the best. Learn from the best. They're up as well, and they then become the next tier of leadership, TIER, the next tier of leadership. That's the idea. Thank you for your message, Keith Sampson. And Donovan Campbell, good day to you too, and good day to Karine Campbell. Good afternoon. Keith Sampson retorts, I think any system of government where a native-born person can never be head of state is indefensible. That's just me. Well, there's nothing there to defend. It is what it is, Keith Sampson. It goes without saying. It goes without saying. And he says, Ricardo says, a hero is someone who puts others first before himself and cares for the welfare of those around him before even thinking about his own self. So he's quoting here from Chrissy Yakub, Hope's Haven. Thank you very much, Ricardo, in Glengoff, St. Catherine, for your message. Let's go over to our WhatsApp line, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. This one says, good day. Please ask Mr. Clark, where is the PPV grant he promised us? We need it now, so he is to tell us where to collect it. Thanks. I would humbly suggest that you get in touch with the Ministry of Finance and Planning. That's where the directive came from, Ministry of Finance and Planning. And if you have fellow taxi operators who you say were promised and are yet to receive the grant, then maybe you should all go together to the Ministry of Finance and Planning and find out from Minister Clark what is happening there. Thank you for your message. James in East London has shared with us the usual suite of stories from the United Kingdom. Met Police Chief says officers in his force should be thrown out. Hundreds of Met Police officers should be sacked for criminal behavior, admits Chief. And Liz Truss, who could replace Prime Minister as Tory MPs call for resignation? Liz Truss, who could replace Prime Minister as Tory MPs call for resignation? There is a quotation I learned. I think I was listening to was it the BBC I was listening to? Yes, I think it was the BBC I was listening to. And the quotation is, if you elect a clown, expect a circus. If you elect a clown, expect a circus. And it seems that's exactly what is unfolding here in the UK. If you elect a clown, expect a circus. Let's move on. Another story. Mason Greenwood inside notorious prison, which housed. Where's the rest of this story? I guess I'll have to click on it, but it looks like it's a footballer they're referring to. Being charged with 3 offenses. Mason Greenwood's legal team are weighing up whether to appeal a district judge's decision to remand the Manchester United footballer in custody, as the 21-year-old faces the prospect of spending more than a month behind bars at one of the country's most notorious prisons. Ouch. Dartford Crossing, Just Stop Oil protester says he won't stop until government acts. Child 10 brings knife into West London primary school for protection. East London hotel fined £50,000 after taking in guests despite no smoke detectors, fire doors, or fire alarms on the premises. And finally, boy 14 bitten by police dog while armed officers attempt to arrest him. Thank you for sharing with us that thread of stories out of the UK. James in East London, all the best. Clarky Bless in Hunstown, St. Mary says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Happy Tuesday to you and your listeners. Congratulations to all those who were honored at King's House yesterday. And a big shout out to all the local heroes across Jamaica who have been serving their communities over the years. Keep it up. You all are heroes in your own right. From Clarky Bless in Hunstown, St. Mary. Thank you, Clarky Bless in Hunstown, St. Mary. And this one's from Neville Salah Solomon. Good day, Dervan. Why is Earl Moxham unable to get one of the medals the government giving out? Well, hold a moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
Importers, the Jamaica Customs Agency is reforming its clearance process, making it easier for you to clear your non-commercial and small value items using our simplified declarations. You will be able to clear your goods without physically visiting the port or a warehouse for customs inspection, making your clearance experience even better. The pilot begins October 2022 across all marine public bonded warehouses. For further details, email Jamaica Customs at contactlessclearance@jca.gov.jm or telephone 876-922-51408. We're here to serve you. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
For 50 years, Under the Law has been helping you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. And we continue to do this in 2022. The program is brought to you on Wednesdays by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy. Under the Law at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and 9:55 p.m. on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Going to the break, we were reading a message from Neville, otherwise known as Salah. He was asking why Earl Moxham unable to get one of the medal government giving out. Earl Moxham is a walking encyclopedia, he says. He's unable to be given one. I'm not sure of the language you have used, that he's unable to be given one. And obviously Neville Salah has a problem with certain people who have been given honors and awards, and he has listed Everald Warmington, who Neville says does not deserve any medal unless they reward him for disrespecting people. And all right, here's the thing with these national honors and awards. And yes, congratulations to the 241 recipients. There are those in our population who have respectfully declined over the years. There's one who comes to mind, and that's Wilmot Mutty Perkins, for example. He has been, as I understand it, offered all kinds of honors and awards in his lifetime. He was offered all kinds of honors and awards, and he declined, respectfully declined. So there are those, not everybody will gladly go up and accept an honor, a national honor or award. There are those who would rather just continue doing what they do and without the accolades, without the frills and everything else. It's just a fact of life. So it doesn't necessarily mean there's that somebody is not, because it's to the public. It's open to the public for people to be nominated and so on and so forth. So it is what it is. Neville Salah Solomon. Patriotic Jamaican in New York says, Mr. Malcolm, I just congratulations to all the recipients of National Heroes Day Awards yesterday. I am particularly pleased to see later Kendrick Patrick was honored with the Order of Distinction. I hope it's not too presumptuous of me in hoping that my small voice played even a minute's role in Mr. Patrick receiving this award. Patriotic Jamaican in New York. Thanks for your message. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine, sends us a copy of the message that he posted on, I believe it was YouTube. Jessica says, good day, Mr. Malcolm. Blessings and honor. Blessings to you too. Ina Iona Campbell, good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. Here's a message from H. Morgan in Birmingham. Dervan, good day. I can't agree with you more. The best is what is needed. Look at the other Republican countries so far. I can't see any improvement going on simply because everyone is looking out for themselves and not the people. So Jamaicans can't beat up themselves about becoming a Republican country. If those in charge are going to put themselves first instead of the citizens, then them corner dark, as the old saying goes. But that's really how it's supposed to be. Those people who train or teach our teachers, our student teachers, are supposed to be the very best at the highest level of their as educators, and that should help, not just in terms of and we're not purely talking about economics, whether, I beg your pardon, we're not purely talking about academics, where it's about getting 90% or 95% or 100%. It's richer than that. It's the general it's the general approach of the individual's sense of values, the general appropriateness of the individual, recognizing, because if you're going to put the lives of children in the hands of teachers, then these must be the very best. And it's the same thing running a country. You really need your very best talent, whether they come in the form of leaders, advisors. You need your very best, because what you're trying to do, well, we hope, is to take the country to another level. And you need your best talents. You need your best human resource. That's the idea. Thank you for your response to the message, H. Morgan in Birmingham. Cuban in Georgia says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. It seems it's difficult to find good people to put in government to see to the needs of the Jamaican people and the citizens. Well, it continues to be a work in progress. He says, the best people. Are we having credible people running the affairs of the island? Well, we should hope so. We should hope so. And Ricardo sends us another message, as usual, shouting out everybody. Thank you very much for your messages. Keep those messages coming in. Steve McDonald in Toronto, Canada says, holistic. Well, one word. That's the only word he has given us. Maybe he can expound on that. But that's the word he has posted, holistic. Thank you very much, Steve. All the very best. Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls at 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Let's go back in time for a bit. Let's look at 1935. The first shipment of 48,000 boxes of oranges left Jamaica on the SS Tanui for New Zealand. The order was negotiated by the Citrus Growers Association, and the packaging was done by the Lawson brothers of Four Paths, Sharp brothers of Maypen in Clarendon, and McGregor's in Kingston, because of the 3 weeks it will take for the fruit to reach New Zealand. The oranges have been soaked in, now this one is new to me. This is something, let's see, this is spelled BROGDER, unless it was a typo. Unless it was a typo, but the dictionary doesn't recognize it. So somebody who knows what they would have soaked the oranges in so that they would reach New Zealand in the right condition. If you can tell us that, then we would appreciate it. But it seems there's a typo here, possibly. Let's just do a quick search again on another. Yeah, it's we're not seeing that word anywhere. So it's a typo, maybe in the process of transferring this data from one source to another, copy and paste, perhaps. But this is just another example of, how many boxes of oranges do we currently ship anywhere from Jamaica? Think about that. We're not talking the juice. We're talking the oranges themselves. 1968, in his first public comment on the demonstrations in the corporate area by students of the University of the West Indies, following the decision by the government to ban university lecturer Guyanese-born Walter Rodney from returning to Jamaica, Prime Minister Shearer said that students who were enjoying the opportunity of higher education, which placed them in a category of privilege, and who were being trained to examine issues logically and with impartiality, should be the last persons to allow themselves to be inflamed by fanatics and their emotions to be influenced by agitators. Because of the demonstrations, hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage had been done to property in Kingston and St. Andrew. It happened in Jamaica in 1968. Steve McDonald says, you were talking about the students and schools. School needs to take a holistic approach to education, similar to what is done at Manning School. And he puts up a grinning emoji. Yeah, Steve, whatever. He says, to the best of my knowledge, we don't currently export oranges due to some fungal issues, I believe. Althea can confirm, he says. Well, over to the queen of the farm, Althea Mackenzie, for confirmation on that. And Barbara Horton says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Please send congrats to Miss Ivy Hill on her award yesterday. Mr. Malcolm, this lady is one of the nicest persons I have ever met in my life. And all the others, God bless you. Thank you, Barbara, Lady Barbara, for your message on WhatsApp. Thank you. Keep those messages coming in and those calls, although we're close to our weekly feature, the end of This is Jamaica, coming up in just a moment. In the meantime, perhaps a couple more nuggets. How about this one? 1971. On this day in 1971, National Heroes Day was celebrated on October 18 with a military parade and the first investiture of Jamaican awards at Up Park Camp, when the Right Excellent Sir Alexander Bustamante received his Order of National Hero insignia from the Governor General, Sir Clifford Campbell. That was 1971. Also in 1971, a statue of the late Minister of Housing and Southeast St. Andrew Member of Parliament, D.C. Tavares, unveiled on Payne Avenue at the new Tavares Gardens housing scheme. Is that statue still there? It is. Oh. And let's take the break now and come back with more here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM.
Great costume. Looks like you deserve the both.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106. Protecting Jamaica's borders from illicit imports and exports is a key priority for the Jamaica Customs Agency. The JCA will remain vigilant and resolute in effectively fulfilling this mandate. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:13.
Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington during Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM. It's your source of information.
1 second. Come again. Yes. No, but it's the number is, hold on. The number is there, 310. That's Peter Grace's number. Oh, well, maybe he sent us his number. Well, let's hold on. No, hold on. Let me check something. Yeah, it looks like I sent you the wrong one. Yeah, the number. Let me copy it. The mistake is on our end. Yeah. All right, I'm copying the number now and sending it. That's it.
children should, with hearts and hands united, in thanks for everything that God has given unto us. Together let us sing, from riverside to mountain, from cane fields to the sea. Our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud and free.
It's a Tuesday afternoon, just after 2:30. I beg your pardon, 3:30. A Tuesday afternoon, just after 3:30. And that means time for the This is Jamaica interview segment here on both sides of the story.
This is Jamaica. This is my country. A son of this island, a daughter of this land. Fearless of fear, I stand in awe. Only love prevails, secured in God's hands. This is Jamaica, where joy cometh in the morn, surrounded by mystic waters, crashing upon the shores where only heroes are born. Only if you knew Jamaica as well as I do, then you would utter, I love you, Jamaica. God knows I do. This is Jamaica, a simple speck in the universe. Our hearts beat and pulse in every nation, but only second to the kingdom of God. We put Jamaica first. I am Jamaican, regardless of where you may find me. Black, green, and gold is the marrow in my bones. So if I die away from my island, I pray to God you'll take me home.
And let's say hello, good afternoon, and welcome to our guest on this week's This is Jamaica interview segment on both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM. Papa Michigan, international recording artist, singer, songwriter, philanthropist, Jamaican. Welcome, Papa Michigan.
Thank you very much, Dervan. Thank you very much.
How is it going? All is well?
All is beautiful. Yeah, man, all is great.
Wonderful. How did you get in touch with Peter Gracie? How did you get connected?
It came from People Profile, you know. It's a show that is kept in Florida, which Dr. Alan Cullingham, they all put it together, complimenting, giving credit, giving accolades, everything to people that is worthy of it. And there I met him, and from there, so everything became magical.
Yeah. And have you been able to watch or listen to any of the renditions of the "This Is Jamaica" poem?
Yes, definitely.
What are your impressions?
Very good. I'm telling you, it's very good, and I'm like what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because we always like when we give back or give forward.
And I'm sure you're aware of the poetry scholarship component of the This Is Jamaica movement.
Yes, I'm aware of it.
Right. So then, what do you think about it? What do you think about the program of activity itself, where you have young people, children, essentially, being encouraged to apply their own flavor to this one poem, This Is Jamaica. So they apply their own flavor to it and compete.
It is good.
Yes.
It is good. The question is right. It's good. Just like music. You know, you sing about a cover song.
Yes.
You make it your own.
Yes.
So basically, that's what they're doing, and that is always a plus when you make it your own.
Mm-hmm. And but the very thing that you do in terms of as a performer, as a singer, songwriter, international recording artist, it's really poetry, isn't it? When you have to put those lines together and cause them to fall in place the way they do, and then you now have to lift those words off the page, and yeah, that's
It's poetry. That is why I do literature at school, you know. I had to do literature
yes.
because I say I want to sing, so I want to know how Shakespeare put his things together.
Yes.
So yes, it is true. You say the right way.
Yeah. And so chances are, who knows, we might very well find another Papa Michigan coming out of this competition. Now that would be something.
That would be something.
But how do you operate these days? Because I get the impression that there was a time when people were wondering what happened to Michigan. Of course, I remember meeting you in California. What year was that again?
In a minute.
Yeah.
We used to go to the same barber too, you know, in Halfway Tree. Back in the days.
Look at that.
Raymond.
Yes, Raymond. Yes. What a thing.
What a thing.
Mm-hmm. So you have been straddling Jamaica and the rest of the world for a long time then.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm back and forth, you know.
I realize.
Just like every artist.
Yes.
Back and forth. I know people when say Bobby's live in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a back and forth thing.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's many countries that accept me, but them choose me, you know.
Yes.
So I'm there a lot. It's not the ones that many Jamaican artists are that they frequent, like Europe. It goes to Central America and South America. So I'm there working, and I'm here too, you know.
Yes.
Because I'm also a producer. And you see me enter the festival 2
Yes.
years ago.
Yes.
So you see, I'm showing my face all over the place.
Yeah. And still looking as fresh as ever. What's the secret?
I think because I brush my teeth. The question is a question you throw at me all the time, you know. And honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's love and laughter.
Yes. Yeah, because that's what we when we hear the names. It used to be Michigan and Smiley.
Yes.
But Michigan and Smiley have evolved, I would imagine.
Yes, disintegrate.
Yeah. Yes. And so here you are now. So how do you characterize your style? What would you say your style is in terms of how you do music?
It's a combination of everything.
Mm.
Plus, when I write for Michigan and Smile, you know, me have to write for two people.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I still utilize that, but I still put in more of my Sing J style like than anything else.
Yes.
And, you know, so it propels me to different territory, which I am being paid even more than when I was performing as Michigan and Smile. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say that.
The value, well, truth must be spoken. The value of your brand has obviously increased.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that's what is expected. You build a brand, and you then reap the rewards of building such a brand. Nothing wrong with that at all.
True thing.
Right. So are you more focused on producing now, or just a mix? You're doing a little of everything.
It's a little of everything, because I also still do the distribution, because my label is Rashanko Music, and the distribution was Cellular Music Fair Record Distribution. Mm-hmm. So I still do my thing. It might be tiny in regards to VP Records, but at the end of the day, still doing the same thing. And one day, small people will become big.
Yes.
So still I work.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of projects, is there any particular project that you are able to tell us about that you're working on right now?
Well, I just put out one with Tennessee with also artist. It's called the Blue Skies Rhythm. Big up to all the artists on it from Taurus, Riley, come straight down. And we put out there's more projects right now that we just released. I was still working on. We have Warrior from the East that is from Tanzania, and another Tanzanian artist. We are working with something now with one from not Crespo Salem. This one is called Fabio from Mexico, Jauricio from Costa Rica, a lot of Camarada out of Colombia. Because we have to work with everybody, you know.
Yes.
Correct, you know, just down at Jamaica, worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
And these people give reggae even more compliment than enough for we artists at Jamaica.
True.
But me there one man said to me, say, Papa Michigan, you know, it is my greatest wish. And I said, what is it? I'm the man say, well, when you lot of, the man, I want to come to Jamaica. No, I'm saying, I want to come to Yard.
the same yard that a lot of us mashing up, eh?
Yes. Man, I'm great. Not in Mexico. Even when they're in Mexico and all them place. Everybody say they want to come to Yard. Chilling everywhere.
Yeah.
They want to come to Yard. So you might have set up a program. We don't come here and I will take care of them.
Why not? So where is your favorite place to have performed of all the venues and the countries and the places you have performed? Which one stands out for you? Which one would you say is your favorite, or it's difficult to say?
No, Mexico.
Okay. Why?
Man, them choose me.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody choose you, not girl choose you. You don't have to do that. You make sure say that. Your clothes look after. Your food.
Mm-hmm.
The house proper.
Yes.
Look at Mexico. They make a t-shirt with me.
Okay.
Everything. I'm going to say, it's unusual. It's my place. May I perform a weddings. You know, people will control HBO down there. They perform for them wedding. I mean, when I go to me, I because I see the mariachi band, everybody in them suit clean. And I say, Michi, I don't think reggae music is going to make it here. And the brother will come, I'm going to say, Papa, don't you worry. Don't worry. You're going to do good. And I'm saying to myself, you can go and chat. Anyway, and I mean, I put on last name.
Hold on. Finish the story after the break. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45. You are an exporter, helping to elevate the face of our international trade. But in order to do that, and all the other tasks on your list, you need someone that understands you. We know that finding adequate collateral as a SME can sometimes be challenging, which is why we've partnered with our friends at JMB to bring you the Exim Export Guarantee to give you that extra collateral support where you may need it. Call Exim Bank to find out more about the Exim Export Guarantee. Exim Bank. By helping businesses, we save lives and livelihood.
Farmers, come for a candid conversation with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Colonel Charles Jr. Learn more about the agricultural sector and the role we all play with its development. That's a Morning with the Minister, every second and fourth Friday of every month during Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
Still celebrating National Heritage Month here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. It's Tuesday afternoon, and you know, between 3:30 and 4, it's the This is Jamaica interview segment. If you're wondering what's happening to the competition is on in earnest, and you will hear soon who emerges the winner of of Peter Grace's This is Jamaica Poetry Scholarship Competition. But in the meantime, you can check out the website, thisisjamaica.org. You can go to the YouTube channel, and you can also, well, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, so many options open to you. So you can listen to these youngsters yourself and and say what you feel and express yourself accordingly. Right. So this afternoon in the This is Jamaica interview segment here on both sides of the story on Power 106 FM, the our very special guest is international artist, singer, songwriter, philanthropist, Papa Michigan. And you were telling us, sharing your experience, I think in Mexico, is it? So you're being encouraged.
Mexico.
Yes.
It's my place.
Yes.
I just, it's strange, but it just happened that way. And the second best place is Colombia. It's the truth.
So by now you're fluent in Spanish.
A little. A year you go on good, you know. You go on good. You know, practice.
Yes.
I have to practice. You go on stage, you have to communicate
Yes.
to them.
Yes. No, but that's excellent though, that you can by virtue of how you do what you do, because the how is important, that you are able to captivate people who perhaps don't even speak your language. They speak another language, but the language of music, as we have long known, is universal, isn't it?
It is.
Mhm.
It is.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you something before you forget. There are Jamaicans down there now.
Oh yes.
Because I went to this nice penthouse, and when I look, I see this man have on this bib with a Jamaican logo.
Mm.
So I wonder if he's a phony, kind of. I go to him and I say, yo, I'm saying, so where's your father? I say, wow.
We're everywhere, eh?
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Yes.
We're everywhere. And they love us.
Clearly. And have you ever gone to a place that you thought it would be difficult to find even one Jamaican there, and you end up bucking up a Jamaican or two?
If I tell you, you're not going to believe me.
Tell me.
I went to the North Pole.
Whoa.
And the band at the first time I got there. At the ocean frozen. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And when we go, it's just pure snow. And all of a sudden, the man say, here is the place. A pure snow, you know. I'm going to say, man, take something and brush off a place, and it's a door that I will go inside.
Wow.
So the promoter come and say, welcome to Alaska. Thank you. That's how you know me not drink rum, you know.
Uh-huh.
But we bring some back a white rum still, just in case.
Yes.
We need it. And you know, we start drink rum. And I said to the man, say, let me ask about Jamaica. I said, is there any black people up here? And the man said, we got black people. So, you know, after everything, I will go back at the hotel and we come back to come perform with the backstage. I never see the man run, come and say, black people, come, black people. So we said, maybe black people come. Black people come around there. And Dervan, they go tell you, it's a girl in an altar back. And I said, altar back in a minus 46 degrees.
Wow.
And the girl said, what there? What? Let me say that the armed forces. I'm a soldier.
Wow.
And they live all that stuff. Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As we have always known, eh? But you can bear witness to that.
We're everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And so for you now, how do you meditate? And I'm not necessarily using the word, but just in terms of for your own sanity, for your own health. How do you what approach? Yeah, how do you do it? What approach do you take?
Every day except Saturday and Sunday, because Saturday and Sunday is a football day.
Okay. Oh, you still play?
Yeah, man. I walk in the morning. You know, if like I'm in Jamaica, I'm going to walk the hill at Portmore. If me up, so I still go walk. And when I forward to the house, we just be by ourselves, meditate, say like an hour or two. As I like being by myself too.
Mm-hmm.
Because to all the listeners right now, the reason why we meditate is because there's so many, is when we speak to the Most High. But there's so many things affecting us that we need answers. So we can't play no music or anything. We just have to relax. And more time while we're driving now, just no music in the car. Just keep silent. And the most time we talk to me. And say, Michigan, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. And this is how the songs them come to me too. When we meditate. So we'll find time to do it. I have to.
Yes.
It is therapeutic.
Yeah. Clearly, it does make a difference. And music is also a life changer, but it's also one way of keeping children out of trouble, or providing another avenue for them to use some of that energy that they have.
True.
As we're seeing with this competition, this Peter Gracie, This is Jamaica, poetry scholarship competition. I'm just wondering if you think, how far do you think such a program of encouraging children, to look towards poetry, and to develop a love for poetry, and to be able to write it and to recite it, and so on and so forth. Go ahead.
As long as you water it. Because I learn in life, if you pay attention to stuff, it evolves.
Yes.
And it's just like ideas. The more we think of things, the more ideas come. So as long as you pay attention to it, or us, and keep at it.
Right.
It doesn't happen, man. It's just like you book a woman, you plan to stay long. But then you nurture the relationship, and it goes beyond boundaries. Yeah, blossom. Good word. Yeah.
And for you now, in terms of the creating music in this day and age, with all the varieties and the mixes and the crossovers, etc., how do you reconcile the need to maintain your roots and your original style, etc., with the need, in some respects, to demonstrate a level of versatility and dynamism in this multifaceted world?
In this multifaceted world, it's simple enough. If you watch on nature work, you just work with nature. You just don't swim up the river. If you realize Benz and all these cars, all of them have the same aerodynamic shape. So all the other cars them change with it, but they still keep a certain level of prestige.
True.
I always see myself as a rose rat. I always say by Michigan, you have to follow them. But if you do follow them, you still need to make it your own. Because it started out on a certain level, and I have to maintain it. So even if I change with the beat, and I might take for them slow, but to use our words, we have good morals, and have somebody.
Yeah. And do you have any family member following in your footsteps?
I have a son right here. His name, he calls himself Money Matters News. He works with Sean Paul. Sean Paul engineer.
Yes.
So definitely, people know that's my son. I have another son that sings. I had a stepdaughter that passed away. She wrote a song for Mary J. Blige, a song named Family Affair.
Oh, yes.
And,
it's a family affair.
Not that one.
Not that one. Oh,
try another one. All right. You watch a Pepsi? Me I give Pepsi everybody adding this thing, but you're an artist, you have to say it, man.
Yes.
The halftime show with Mary J. Blige sing, "Oh, it's top, You know the song,
No.
Come on, man. You know the song, man.
Maybe I do, but it's not not coming to me right
It's
now.
not coming to you. Well, she sang it on Dutch. Yeah.
Okay.
And I have more children that mother son at the house, you know, in my rap and in my write, and everybody play a part.
Yeah. And they obviously are making it.
They're doing good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My son don't have more place than me. Come on, grab me right
yeah, you keep bucking up at airports and in other countries and those things, eh?
All over.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Sean Paul win the Grammy where he would have win to some, you know, so you just see me with a picture with the Grammy all over the place. Because my son wins, Sammy win.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Well, keep winning. We could talk with you all afternoon, but we're gonna have to leave it here for now.
For real?
Yes. Imagine. Thank you, man. It's a pleasure. And how can people follow you online?
Well, the keyword is PAPA, Papa, MICHIGAN, and that's a keyword. Google it,
and everything will come up.
Everything will come up.
Yeah, sounds good. Well done. Keep doing what you're doing. You do it well.
Thank you very much. Likewise, you to my brother.
Thank you. Take care. That's Papa Michigan, international recording artist, singer, songwriter, philanthropist. There'll be another conversation. We look forward to the next one as we have more to talk to Papa Michigan about. In the meantime, that's it for this week's edition of the interview segment of This is Jamaica on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM.
This is Jamaica. This is my country. A son of this island, a daughter of this land. Fearless of fear, I stand in awe. Only love prevails, secured in God's hands. This is Jamaica, where joy cometh in the morn, surrounded by mystic waters, crashing up the shores where only heroes are born. Only if you knew Jamaica as well as I do, then you would utter, I love you, Jamaica. God knows I do. This is Jamaica, a simple speck in the universe. Our hearts beat and pulse in every nation, but only second to the kingdom of God. We put Jamaica first. I am Jamaican, regardless of where you may find me. Black, green, and gold is the marrow in my bones. So if I die away from my island, I pray to God you'll take me home.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4:01 on Power 106.
And hands united in thanks for everything that God has given to us.
The contact details are at the top. No.
Our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud and free.
Que ahora es en español, son las 4:02, que le retire en français, il est 4:02. 现在 TDN 了4 DN 2 分 2 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And joining us, well, if you listen to this program, you would know that we've been saying since the 1st of October that this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. There is a pink run to raise $5 million towards the fight against breast cancer. And to tell us more is the chairperson of Jamaica Reach to Recovery, Carolyn Graham. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dervan. How are you?
I am fine, thanks. Just confirming that I got the first name right. It's Carolyn?
Yes, it's Carolyn with a D.
There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us on Both Sides of the Story here on Power 106 FM. Can you give us an idea of how this event came about? Because I get the impression it's been around for some time, the Pink Run.
It has been. Well, it started off in 2000. Well, let me give you the history of why it started.
Please.
Jamaica Reach to Recovery was started in 1977 by Dr. Denise Straits, who was a medical doctor, but when she became a breast cancer patient, she discovered that it was a totally different world, and she needed some support. So she reached out to the American Cancer Society, discovered they had a support group called Reach to Recovery, and so she brought that idea back, and that was how Jamaica Reach to Recovery started. It's a group of breast cancer survivors who support each other. Mm-hmm. So that was how that started.
Yes.
And it went very well. And then when we got to the year 2000, we found that a lot of the ladies who were attending the meeting were having problems with funding their treatment because the demography of the group changed. Mm-hmm. In that, for breast cancer doesn't respect age or stage or financial position.
Yes.
So a lot of the women were having difficulties funding their treatment. So the decision was taken by the group then that they would try to raise funds to assist these women, because the group is not, although we're the breast cancer support arm of the Jamaica Cancer Society, we are self-funding. Oh. So we have to go out and raise our own funds. Mm-hmm. So the decision was taken in 2000 that they would have a 5K run to raise funds. And that was where it started. So the funds that were raised were used to assist women to get help with their treatments and their tests. Mm-hmm. And this went on for a few years. The GCI got on board for a while, and then they left. But we continued. And then in 2015, ICWI, seeing our plight, and with their own relationship with women through their, they have this Road Angels.
Yes.
So they came on board as our title sponsor. And they have been with us ever since. So from 2015, our run has been known as the ICWI Jamaica Reach to Recovery Pink Run. And it has grown from year to year, giving us a better opportunity each year to assist women who really need financial assistance with their treatment. Mm-hmm. From 2019, mm-hmm. Well, 2019 was our last run. Mm-hmm. Then came COVID, and everything came to a screeching halt. So from 2019 until now, we have not had a fundraiser. We have been dependent on persons who have always supported us, who continue to support us, but not at the level that you would get with the involvement of the public in general at a run.
Yes.
So this particular run is now really, really important. that it's the first time we're going back on the road in a public sphere saying, help, join us, run, register, make a donation, buy a shirt, whatever you can to assist us, to assist our sisters who need help.
Yes.
The run, of course, will be, this year it's going to be a fun run. For the last few years, it has been a fairly competitive run.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, there's no tip timing. It's going to be just a fun run, and we're inviting the family to come. So it's based at Hope Gardens. It's based at Hope Gardens. So you sort of come, go for a leisurely walk if you want to, go if you want to, do whatever you want. Just register, support us, participate. And that's on October 30th at 6 o'clock at Hope Botanical Garden. You can register online at pinkrunjm.com, or you can come into, we have a secretariat, which is upstairs Toyota showroom on Old Hope Road. So you can just walk in, complete your registration form, pay your registration fee, which is $1,500, and you're ready to run on Sunday, the 30th of October.
Right. And what about the cost for those, or the contribution that people will make when they register?
Right. Registration is $1,500 per person.
Mm-hmm.
But let us say you have a large family or a group that you want to register as a team.
Yes.
If you have a group of 25 or more, then the registration fee goes down to $1,200. But individuals registering is $1,500.
Mm-hmm. What can you tell us about the route itself for those who just want to have an idea of what they would be looking at in terms of participating in this ICWI Jamaica Reach to Recovery Pink Run?
Well, we start at Hope Gardens, at Hope Botanical Gardens, which is a beautiful place to start.
Oh, yes.
And then we go out onto Old Hope Road, down Old Hope Road, onto Hope Boulevard, up onto Whitcomb, around Fadrian. We come back down through Hope Pastures, and we enter Hope Gardens from the back gate. So we leave through the gate on Old Hope Road, and we come back in through the back gate in Hope Pastures.
What's the approximate duration of the event?
Well, it depends on how quickly you run or how slowly you run.
But for a few hours.
No, it's not going to take you a few hours. It's
Okay.
a 5K.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, the runners will go off first, and then the walkers will go.
Right.
And it just depends on, if you're going in a group, you walk and you talk, and
yes.
the distance goes by.
Right.
So you basically just have a fun morning.
Yeah. Right. Is there anything that the participants need to know at this stage? Anything they need to pay attention to? Anything they need to know as they seek to participate in the ICWI Jamaica Reach to Recovery Pink Run?
Well, they need to register this week. I think registration closes on either Friday or Monday next week. Bid collection will be next week. We're hoping that most people will register during this week, early this week, so that we don't have this push at the end of the week to get all the bids out and everybody is ready to run from Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And the secretariat is at upstairs Toyota, so you can come in and look at the fabulous new vehicles that are there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where you're ready to pick up your bid. So if you come in this week, you register, you pick up your bid next week. So so that on Sunday morning you put your bib on and you're ready to walk or run.
Now you've mentioned you mentioned a couple of past sponsors, and then of course you mentioned ICWI, major title sponsors of this ICWI Jamaica Reach to Recovery Pink Run. We want to give you an opportunity to pay tribute to some of the other partners, sponsors who are on board for the run.
No, you're putting me in a tight spot.
That's easy. I can help you. RGR, NCB, Massey Distribution, Gatorade, Lasco, Risen Brands, Tanqueld, that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Toyota Jamaica, you did mention them already. Mm-hmm. Salada Foods, Chas E. Ramson, CIBC First Caribbean International Bank, Jamaica Observer, Proven Wealth, Sun City Radio, Edge Chem, Hardware and Lumber, Minot Maintenance, Restaurants of Jamaica, Intelligent Media, Lithographic Printers, Bank of Jamaica, Windsor Wellness Center, Jamaica Producers Limited, Hawkeye Security, and Pure Ice. So I'm sure you're encouraged by the list of partners and sponsors.
We are. We really are thankful to our sponsors, because without them, this wouldn't be possible.
Yes.
And many of those sponsors have been with us for years. So we have a good relationship with them. Mm-hmm. They know the need, and they step up to the plate every year.
In fact, I remember, sorry.
Really grateful.
I was about to say, I remember the last one I attended, which was the one where I think the fashion at the time was the what they call it, tutu? Is it tutu?
Yeah, well, we're doing tutus again this year.
Oh, you're doing it again? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing tutus and tall socks and caps.
All right. That's going to...
You can go up to Toyota as well and buy all of those things.
Sounds like it's going to be fun.
Everyone, we're really looking forward to persons coming, and it's a cause and you're supporting the cause.
Yes.
But it's important to us that you have fun.
Absolutely.
It should be a fun experience.
Well, we want to encourage as many of us as possible to register for the ICWI Jamaica Recovery Pink Run, which is, hold on, let's just take this break and come back and wrap.
Okay.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
This is Crime Stop. How may I help?
You know them very illegal gun, but me know what them know say I'm military.
Don't worry, sir. Crime Stop is privately funded and run by the PSOJ. Everything reported here is anonymous. It's just like you're invisible.
What about the reward?
We provide cash rewards for information that leads to an arrest or recovery. We'll stash the cash wherever you like, so nobody will ever find out.
All right, me tell you.
Make the call. Crime Stop 311. Solving crime pays.
The theme for this year's World Sight Day is Love Your Eyes, and Optical Smart is offering 15% discount on frames and lenses for the month of October. Also, reduced rate for eye examinations. Open Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Located in Liberty Plaza, 134 Old Hope Road, 876-970-3016, 876-667-1504. Personalized service guaranteed.
Farmers, come for a candid conversation with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Colonel Charles Jr. Learn more about the agricultural sector and the role we all play with its development. That's a Morning with the Minister, every second and fourth Friday of every month during Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:16. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 4:16. And the time just changed. Started out at 16 past 4. It's now 17 past 4. And let's give you that in Mandarin. 4:17. 17 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Good afternoon to all the schoolers listening to us, all the students from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today, and some of you are still on a break. You're still on midterm break, and you actually go back to school tomorrow. But you know what we always say, even when school is out, homework is always in, because homework is about preparation, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And as we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Well, Ms. Caroline Graham has long done her homework. That is why she has been able to speak with us. She chairs Jamaica Reach to Recovery, and she has been giving us the details of the ICWI Jamaica Reach to Recovery Pink Run, which takes place on Sunday, the 30th of October. And all of us have an opportunity right now to register. Registration closes, I believe, on the 26th of October.
Yeah.
And we want to encourage as many of us to go out and join the fight against breast cancer by participating in the ICWI Jamaica Reach to Recovery Pink Run, and have some fun while doing it with all the fancy accessories and in Jamaica we say pretty dandan and that kind of thing. It's going to be quite colorful and exciting, and we want to encourage as many people as possible to be there. But try and register early, please. Try and get in the registration. It is important. What's that website again, Ms. Graham?
pinkrunjm.com, all lowercase.
pinkrunjm.com. pinkrunjm.com. Easy to remember, listeners. pinkrunjm.com. And by when can we pick up what you call them, the bibs and whatever other paraphernalia we will need?
We should start distributing our bibs about the 27th, which is the day after the registration closes.
Okay. And there is, did you mention a physical space that we could go?
I hope that
to pick up. Oh, to pick up.
No, the pickup. That's upstairs at Toyota showroom.
Yes, you did say that. Right. So listeners, to pick up your bibs for the ICWI Jamaica Reach to Recovery Pink Run, you will go upstairs the Toyota building on Old Hope Road. That's where you would go to pick up the bibs. And I would imagine maybe make inquiries of other matters. But you say
it's related to the Pink Run, is that information is available at that location.
Right. Must be Pink Run related, nothing else. Very important.
That's one thing I'd like to share with you.
Sure, please do.
I don't think most people know that a diagnosis of breast cancer is not only an emotional situation, but it's a significant financial hit.
Yes.
You're talking about, you can easily be running into millions of dollars. And this is not an unusual number.
Yes.
Because if you're facing surgery, you're facing chemotherapy, you may be facing radiotherapy, and all of these things cost money. The public health sector can assist you in terms of surgery. They can assist you in terms of some in radiotherapy. You can't take all the patients that there are.
Yes.
And the number of women coming down with breast cancer is growing. And the other thing is that because diagnosis tends to be late, we're also seeing a mortality rate which is higher than in developed countries.
Oh no.
So, it's early detection saves lives. But if we can't get a detection early, we need to have the funds and we need to have the resources to get the treatments done.
Yeah, so we need listeners, we need to all rally, we need to play our part in this regard. So let's go and register, and let's get our bibs and start making sure that the muscles are supple so that we'll be able to have a nice free flowing fun run, as you said.
A fun run.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a morning of fun, a fun run.
Yes. And so apart from the bibs, we can get the tutus and so on at Toyota. Not sure.
Able to get tutus because
Okay.
those have just been going
like hot bread.
Yes. But
Okay.
there are shirts.
People can improvise. Yeah. So that makes it all the more intriguing. Sorry, go ahead.
We also have a prize for the prettiest looking outfit. So,
Yes.
people can do whatever they want.
Yes. Well, we're definitely looking forward and to playing our part beyond what we're doing right now in terms of getting the information out there. But congratulations to you and the team on your stick-to-itiveness at Jamaica Reach to Recovery, and we want to specially greet all survivors listening to us right now, and a lot of, you're all inspiring people, and there are those of us who have learned a lot from you, and there are those of us who have used your respective stories as strength to take on their own challenges, health wise and otherwise. And so here's an opportunity for us to get together as a family of people in support of the work of Jamaica Reach to Recovery. So let's get ready for the ICWI Jamaica Reach to Recovery Pink Run. And again, big thank you to the sponsors who are on board, and in particular, our title sponsors, ICWI. I think they say serving you is all we do.
Yes, they do.
There you go. Well, it's been a pleasure serving you and our listeners at home and abroad. Caroline Graham, thank you very much for the work that you continue to do, and to the other members of Jamaica Reach to Recovery. And let's just use this opportunity to play our part. This is our opportunity to actively join the fight against breast cancer by participating in the ICWI Jamaica Reach to Recovery Pink Run. Let's do it, Jamaica. Thanks a lot, Caroline Graham. Thank you so much once again for your work. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, and we look forward to being a part of the excitement as much as we can coming up on the 30th, Sunday the 30th of October.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you then.
Same here. Take care. Caroline Graham, chair of Jamaica Reach to Recovery. That's the organization that has been supporting cancer survivors, that has been supporting those who have been diagnosed. And here's an opportunity. We never know. We never know. We never know. Thank you very much, listeners. Thank you very much, Caroline Graham. Thank you.
Our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, round and free.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for making it both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And good afternoon to Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida, who is having an issue with low volume. Sorry about that, Albert. Joe Culver says, sounds like a whisper to me. And Dave Clark says, I'm in Virginia and I can't hear him. Maybe it is my system. I don't know. Because they, we're not sure what is happening or not happening in that regard, but from what we're seeing, the color-coded audio bars are going, as in there's a sign that there's audio going in and coming out. So not sure, listeners. Sorry about that. In the meantime, let's continue with more on your program, both Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Juliet Kosali Chang says, I dislike the indiscipline, corruption amongst all sectors of society, dislike the lack of law and order, love so much of Jamaica, culture, food, resilience of its people, and the natural beauty of our island weather. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us in that regard, Juliet Kosali Chang. All the very best. And Cuban in Georgia has been posting all kinds of emojis. And in reference to our earlier interview with Papa Michigan, Sir Malcolm always loved Papa Michigan as a youth. One Love Jamaica. Something. One Love Jamdong is a big song, sir. Thank you very much, Cuban in Georgia, for your messages. Keep them coming in. 876-365-3346, or you can post your messages on YouTube or on Facebook Live. Those platforms are up and running. And we'll come back with more in just a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. The Caribbean Maritime University, an ISO certified institution of science degrees in cruise shipping, Bachelor of Engineering degrees, logistics, port management, security administration and management, and more. For further information, call 876-924-8150, 876-924-8175, or email info@cmu.edu.jm.
Monkeypox is in Jamaica. If you're experiencing fever, intense headache, muscle aches, and/or rash on the skin, you must isolate immediately and call ahead to your health center or doctor before visiting. All members of the public should wear a mask, frequently wash hands, and practice physical distancing. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The Issa Manning Cup schoolboy football competition is in full swing, and Power Play will bring you live reports and updates on the football matches. Listen to every Tuesday at 7:15 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM. Live reports will be brought to you by Chada Distributors Limited, KFC, and Alice Duane and Company Limited.
Thanks a lot for staying with us. Que hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 28 que le retilo français, les 5h moins 28. 现在TDN 了5点差28分. 28 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Let's go back in time and share with you some of these gems. Let's see. On this day in 1969, the Charter of the Caribbean Development Bank was signed by representatives of all 18 member territories at the Sheraton Hotel on October 18. On this day in 1976, Count Ozzy, leader of the Mystic Revelation of Rastafari, and his son were killed in a motor vehicle crash on the Bull Bay Road in St. Andrew. The Count's real name is Oswald Williams. On this day in 1977, the Cuban president Fidel Castro started a 6-day official visit to Jamaica. On this day in 1981, Prime Minister Edward Seaga joined elders, including Shepherd Malachi Capo Reynolds and Bishop Samuel Dreckett, as they danced around a revival table at a revival Thanksgiving table meeting held at Dervan House. On this day in 1987, the former Jamaica Labour Party JLP Minister of Housing and Public Utilities, Wilton Hill, died in England. An official funeral was held for him at the Seventh-day Adventist Church on North Street in Kingston. The eulogy was delivered by Deputy Prime Minister Hugh Shearer. On this day in 1996, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management reported flooding in sections of St. Catherine and St. Andrew due to the heavy rains affecting the island. Flooding was reported in the Grand Spen Gully, Fagan Avenue, on Hope Road, and on Belvedere Road in St. Andrew. Motorists were advised to avoid the Bogwalk Gorge as the water level had risen to 11 feet and the bridge was impassable. On this day in 1998, the Gleaner reported that the government was to spend some $130 million to safeguard Jamaica's health sector from the millennium bug. On this day in 1999, 142 Jamaicans were honored at King's House. Among them, cricketer Courtney Andrew Walsh, who was invested with the Order of Jamaica. On this day in 2010, or effective on this day in 2010, the prices of counter flour and bakery flour increased at source. The increases ranged from 11.8% for bakery flour to a high of 17.8% for counter flour. The increase by Jamaica flour mills resulted in a 6 to 8% movement in the price of baked products such as bread and water crackers. At the time, the Jamaica flour mills also indicated that it would be announcing a decrease of rice prices of between 2.5% to 4.5%. Bit of a blast from the past there. Thank you very much for your indulgence here on Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Here's another reminder of the potential for storms during this time, because we're looking back here at 1815. On this day in 1815, there was a severe storm which was particularly destructive in the county of Surrey. several vessels were stranded, and some lives lost. That's 1815 in Jamaica. And one last one for you. 1673. The first known will prepared by a Jew in Jamaica, David Gomez, was written with bequests to his eldest son in London, a daughter-in-law residing in Amsterdam, and a tenant of one of his homes in Port Royal. What a thing. Thank you very much for your indulgence. As we said, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-912-5, that number. And Steve says, yes, I too found the Facebook audio low. I use my earbuds. Not sure what's happening there, Steve. But thank you very much for your message nonetheless. And Sean is on board as usual, messaging us. Let's go to the phones. 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon, Mr. Coombs.
Good evening. You see, sometime, me know, me hear you talk about this time, 18 when, and me tell you about 1944, and you say you have never heard about 44 storm.
No, I know about 51 storm.
No, but then you see, you read up on the Gleaner a while ago, about, 2015, one year, that before 44.
Yeah, but that's how we do this thing, Mr. Coombs, is that it's done, all that, the compilation was done a long time ago. And all this was through, most of it comes from the Gleaners archives. And so what I have done on my own is to create a compendium of what happened on every single day of the year from as far back as possible, and so on and so forth, or as recent as possible.
I heard Roger the other day about 3 weeks back.
Who's Roger?
Roger Hutchinson manager. Himself in 1944 was the 20th of August, 1944, and he go back. He wasn't near me, I listening, I never called in. He might talk how much storm and wind. Me ask my father, I know. He say, yes, storm coming, my boy, but those storm never have no name. As I say, I heard from radio station say first star my Charlie, but yes, Charlie. The first name star in Jamaica was Charlie, you know?
Right. There was a time when storms weren't named. And so the ability to recall, I mean, people could just say, well, there was a storm, but there was no name. It wasn't named.
Yeah. And one thing again included, a few weeks ago, somebody tell you about Flora. Yeah, Flora, 1963. Flora started about 21 days in St. Mary, not 10 days. My son, second son, born 11th of September 1963. And Flora started about 2 weeks before the rain. And in born 11th, and she, the wife, you become a reason why something we are going and to spend a couple of years hospital. So, who at the time she the hospital, not during the rain and before the rain. So, yes, I remind you, the person now accurate about 21 days, and even then, it's the biggest weather from a barn and she was sent me for what I get to understand, the hermitage, the hermitage. Them pull it down and let it go wash out. You find that you know clean, tell you no. Tell anybody, say, me tell you, if you say clean, have some weird and so sleek, and weird and stay and clean it. Thank you for listening.
Take care. Here's a story that is trending on the Gleaner's website. Jamaica-born businesswoman donates millions to U.S. university. Jamaica-born Dr. Trisha Bailey made University of Connecticut, UConn history when she became the largest ever donor to the school. Neither Dr. Bailey nor the University of Connecticut administration would disclose the amount of her endowment, but it is believed to be more than 10 million US dollars. A graduate of the University of Connecticut, Dr. Bailey's donation will support the school's student athletes for generations to come. Her gift is the lead donation towards a 60 million US dollar renovation and expansion of Greer Fieldhouse, where she spent a lot of time training during her days as a middle distance runner for the University of Connecticut. And where's the rest of the story? The University of Connecticut track team. Dr. Bailey's support will reportedly allow for construction of the Bailey Student Athlete Success Center, an 80,000 square foot training and academic support facility that will house 6 Olympic sports programs. Construction is expected to begin in the fall of 2023. The Bailey Center will have space devoted to offices, strength and conditioning, academics, mental health, nutrition, locker rooms, and more. Speaking about her donation to the school, Dr. Bailey said the University of Connecticut gave her the first opportunity in life. So for me, it's greater than simply a gift and bigger than a building in my name. It is the start of my life. They took a chance on me and the talent I had, and I didn't believe I would take advantage of the opportunities that were given me, and I have, with the blessings of God, she said. Speaking about her contribution to the University of Connecticut, the athletic director, David Benedict, said it shows great leadership. Dr. Bailey's journey began in Woodland, St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, where she grew up. She attended Springfield All-Age School before migrating to the United States at age 13, settling in Hartford, Connecticut. Dr. Bailey recalled her time growing up in Jamaica as the happiest of her life. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
Tune in to Farm Talk every second and third Tuesday of each month at 6:18 a.m.
I know.
Such as land.
Yeah. And that is an estimate. That seems to be what she's saying anyway. Exactly. Yeah. But you're right. I can hear Jamaicans saying all kinds of things now, including what you have said. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I guess, in the theater, they usually talk about playing it big. So some people like to play it big. So. They might be lucky. Now that the information is out, they might go down where she come from. Go dig it up. ¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 14. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 5 heures moins 14. 现在几点了？5点加14分. 14 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Right, so Dr. Bailey recalled her time growing up in Jamaica as the happiest in her life. She's quoted as saying, "My mother went to Kingston to work, so my sister and I were left with my aunt and grandmother. It was the happiest time I had. We did not have much, but we were a close-knit family with lots of love, kindness, and strong moral habits," she told the Gleaner. "I was the fighter for the family. Anyone who troubled my sister or cousins, I would fight them to protect my family," she said. Dr. Bailey attended Quirk Middle School and then Weaver High School. She began her track career at Weaver in the 10th grade, running the 400, 800, and 1600 meters. She did not do athletics here in Jamaica. At Weaver, she made the Junior Olympic team. She was then recruited by the University of Connecticut on a full athletics scholarship. After graduation, she became a stockbroker, then moved into the pharmacy as a sales representative, also earning her master's and doctorate. She later moved to California and her own medical recruitment company, placing doctors in hospitals and other medical facilities. Her life changed after an accident that left her temporarily paralyzed as well as unable to speak. An experience in an airport where she sat for hours because she could not be heard when she tried speaking about her connecting flight led to her going into the medical equipment and supplies business, where she reaped financial success. Dr. Bailey is married and has 5 children, ranging in ages from 24 to 3 years old. And that's Lester Hines' story. Thank you very much, Lester Hines, for yet another story demonstrating diaspora determination. All the best to Dr. Trisha Bailey, Trisha, Trisha. Some people spell theirs Tricia, so that's why we spelled it out. Dr. Trisha Bailey, creating history by making the university, making the largest ever donation to the University of Connecticut. More than 10 million US dollars. Well, you can't lose with education, can you? Can't lose. Can't lose with education. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. We still have a little time left to take a little more of your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5. 876-922-4112 to 5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And there's another bit of information we wanted to share with you. And apparently, I don't know how big a business it is in Jamaica these days, but there was a time when it seemed that we didn't care about dogs. And then this trend started where more people were taking an interest in owning dogs. Well, there's a story trending on the Gleaners website. Man sentenced for illegal dog rearing operation in Portmore. A Portmore man who was held for illegally rearing dogs in Portmore, St. Catherine, was today sentenced for breaches of the Public Health Nuisance Act. He's Tyrone Gilzine, laborer of Portmore. When he appeared before Judge Nicole Kellier, he was fined $50,000 or 30 days imprisonment for failure to obey a notice and failure to stop the rearing of animals in a residential community. The Crown had led evidence that members of the St. Catherine Health Department received information that Gilzine was raising dogs for sale and causing a nuisance. Checks reportedly revealed a lack of electricity and running water at the premises, as well as dog feces all around the property. Gilzine ignored notice served on him by the health department to cease his operations. He was tried and found guilty on October 3 in the St. Catherine Parish Court. And there's a very sad and tragic story of a 4-year-old St. Mary girl killed in a suspected home arson attack. How depraved can we get? The story is a 4-year-old girl was burnt to death after a fire suspected to be the work of arsonists destroyed her home in Dean Pen District, Highgate, St. Mary, this morning. She's been identified as Soraya Cohen. The girl's mother, Rose Beecher, 38, and other family members also suffered injuries and are said to be in serious condition in hospital. The incident happened around 4 o'clock this morning. It's reported that the occupants of the house were asleep when Beecher felt a liquid substance on her and then immediately felt a fire. When she got up, the house was engulfed in flames. She managed to run to safety but received severe burns to her body. She was unable to alert or assist anyone. The fire department was called, and after cooling down operations, the charred remains of her daughter were found. The girl's father, Okoy Cohen, who lives elsewhere, told reporters he has been left devastated by the death of his child. Our condolences to the family. To the phone lines once again, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello?
Yes, sir. Listening to you.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, sir. I was just listening. I just get a little recess, the rain is falling. So, I said, let I give you a quick ring. Yeah. So, it's a good day today.
Any day above ground is a good day.
Good. Well, I was just thinking we have to set up some local solution in this farming region to help one another. And I'm actually up in Porter's Mountain now helping fixing up a community tank. And give thanks to Miss Janet up there in Porter's Mountain. Good lady. So we come together and doing some work on it. I want to see more of that happening in the region. Yeah.
Well, let's see. You're starting something. Hopefully it becomes infectious and others will join in.
Yes. And next thing again, Mr. Malcolm, what I would like to find out, you see, if you can check it out for me. If a farmer, a couple of farmers want to come together to open a few businesses like a grocery shop and stuff. Can it work? You come together and set up, even to sell the raw goods. You have a bank where you carry the goods to, like a building every Thursday. Raw material from the farm and people come there and buy. Can that work?
As long as it is something that is legal and legitimate and will be up and a business that will be operating in accordance with the laws of the land, so be it.
Yes, something like that what the AMC used to do. So we set up this building like a center, and all the farmers who want to come bring them produce there every Thursday and Friday and sell them raw material there. You buy your bulk goods, you get your receipt, because we cannot wait on government to do these things. We have to find areas where we can set up these banks, local solutions to help ourselves.
So it is.
You know, because even recently I was trying to get something through the PC bank, and even them line with Lion and Dragon. You know, they don't want to take the chance, you know, and such like. So we as people, locally, we have to come together and set up these things because we cannot wait on these agencies.
The message is clear. Thank you very much for the call. All the best. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Tuesday, the 18th of October, 2022. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
Triumphant, proud and free. Together in our country, in love and brotherhood, we work and play in freedom as all God's children should. With hearts and hands united, in thanks for everything that God has given unto us. Together let us sing. From riverside to mountain, from Caneville to the sea. Our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud and
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.
Bye.